For centuries, science has pursued the understanding of reality as it actually is, rigorously analyzing and describing the elements and forces at play in the physical universe. But it's a kind of cosmic irony that this pursuit itself has altered in astonishing ways the very reality it sought to capture. Here's what I mean. By the early 19th century, the clockwork universe had been clearly established. An object had independent existence with measurable properties like mass, location, velocity, etc. A tree, a cloud, a horse, or a person was out there in time and space, and through careful observation with accurate instruments, we could reliably define virtually everything about it and log that information as enduring fact. What anyone felt or desired or imagined was immaterial. Only those collected facts were the truth of something. By the early 20th century, that reality was melting away. Relativity, the dawn of quantum mechanics, and other developments like cubism, information theory, and so on, suggested that an object's properties, the things that make an object real to us, are a function of who is looking at it, when, in what way, and for what reason. An improbable new understanding of a completely dynamic reality began to emerge and, more significantly, to be proven and implemented in innovations like electronics. Now, in the 21st century, the convergence of physics, neuroscience, and philosophy brings us to yet another watershed, one which again radically changes, or at least radically challenges, our notion of reality. Studies on the neurological basis of consciousness, the insights of quantum theory, and the widespread proliferation of Buddhist teachings are laying the groundwork for an entirely new understanding. A convincing case can now be made that our experience of reality is as much a personal movie as an arrangement of objective things. An internal 3D moving model streamed by the vast calculating power of our brains as they process sensory input. The shocking, almost inconceivable suggestion here is that the world as each of us knows it is an internal construction in which perceptions crystallize into thoughts and thoughts cohere into the meaningful hologram I call reality. But this reality is an artifact, a personal creation. The world lives in me rather than the other way around. The implications of this emerging view of reality are staggering. To state one of these bluntly, everything is me. If the world I live in is my personal movie generated by the firing of neurons in my brain, then this world is not just made by me. It arises from me, out of the materials and energies, thoughts and expectations, memories and dreams I am. As you can imagine, this changes almost every aspect of relationship. For example, it makes no sense for me to argue that Elvis was less important than the Beatles. The most truthful thing I can say is that The Beatles have had a greater impact on me than my Elvis. But I would totally get that your Beyoncé has moved you more fully than your Elvis and your The Beatles combined. It's not that they didn't or don't exist independently of our perceptions, but that all any of us can actually know and talk about with confidence is our own internal construct. Arguments about Jesus, Picasso, Lincoln, Julia Roberts, the weather, Russian aggression, whatever, can be fun, like board games, and even instructive, but ultimately, arguing is pointless. Opinions are no longer about self-assertion and self-identification. They are now about self-revelation? Could it be that the only Jesus, Picasso, Lincoln, Julia Roberts, Buddha, Sinatra, Isaac Newton, whomever, that really matters in any existential way is the one you are?